Algebra 1, I should say. Section 2-7. Percent of change. Okay, so here's what we're doing here. We are determining if the change is percent increase or decrease, and then find the percent of the change. So let's write all that out here. Determine if the change is percent increase or percent decrease. Then, sorry, that's percent, okay. Then find the percent of change. So let's look at an example here and see if we can figure out what we're talking about here. So here's an example. I'm given an original price, $20, we'll say. And then I'm also given the final price, $23. Okay, so I take the final and I subtract the original from it. 23 minus 20 is 3. All right, so that means, and this is positive 3, right? So it went from 20 to 23. We have increased. So this is an increase. Now let's see how much of an increase this is. So let's take the original. We put it underneath. So we take the original. Put it underneath. We take the addition, how much was left, the increase, and we put it on top here like this. And we set this equal to 100 under x. So we've taken the final, we put it on top, we subtracted the original from it, we got a positive number, so we know it's been an increase. So we put that over the original, we put the increase over the original, we set that equal to x over 100. We want a percentage. So if your number is over 100, then you have a percentage. So let's say, what does it take to get from 20 to 100? What do I multiply by 20 to get to 100? 5. 20 times 5 is 100. So what I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 3 times 5 is 15. So x equals 15. So my percent increase is 15%. Increase 15%. Let's do another one. So my original is 25. My final is 17. So I take my original, or I take my final, and I subtract my original from it. So I put my final here, original underneath, boom, and I get, a negative number, negative 8. So 17 minus 25 is negative 8. So I need to find my, this is a decrease. Now let's see what my percentage decrease is. So I take my original, excuse me, take my original, which is 25. I take my change here, which is negative 8, and I set that equal to 100. times 4, 25 times 4 is going to get me 100. So that means 18, x over 100, right? 8 times 4 is 32, so x is negative 32. So that means that my decrease is 32%. Oh, did I put my percent on the wrong side of that 15? Oh gosh, how embarrassing. All right, 32% is my decrease. So I don't have to write negative 32% because I'm already saying it's a decrease. So it's a decrease of 32%. So I don't say decrease of negative 32%. That would be inaccurate. So I just say decrease of 32%. All right, let's do another one. Let's have you do this one on your own. Original is 50 and the final is 62. So find out if that's an increase or a decrease and what is my percentage of increase or decrease. Go ahead and pause and go. Okay, let's see how you did. So I'm going to take the final, put it on top of the original, subtract these guys, and I get 12. So, and that's a positive 12, so that means I'm dealing with an increase. And now I'm going to take this increase, I'm going to put it over the original, and then I'm going to set that equal to 100 over x, or 100 under x. And I can see, 50 times 2 is 100. Now, if this denominator doesn't go into 100 very easily, then I can always do cross products and solve for x. I can totally do that, no problem. But since I can just say 50 times 2 is 12, 50 times 2 is 100, 12 times 2 is 24, that's way easier than doing all the cross multiplication stuff. So my increase is 24%. And what I'm saying is 12 is 24% of 50. Right? Is that what I'm saying? Yes. All right, let's do another one. Let's do one that is, let's do this one. So the price of a used bookstore pays to buy a book is $5. So a bookstore buys a book for $5. The store sells the book for 28% above the price that it pays for the book. What is the selling price of the book? Okay, so I have $5, which is the original. That's how much it paid, the bookstore paid for the book. Now, it sells the book for a 28% increase, right? So this is an increase. So now I need to find out what is what is the selling price of the book. So that is the final, what we've been using as the final. So we can figure this out. So the selling price of the book, let's just start with this ratio. So 28%, so that means I put 28 over 100. And then before I was putting the original on the bottom, right? So the original is $5. And then the difference in the increase or the decrease, so that difference was going to go here. And so let's find the difference. That'll be x. And so I can do cross multiplication, or I can say, 100 divided by 20 is 5. So 100 divided by 20 is 5. And so what I do to the bottom, I do to the top. I got to do 28 divided by 20. Now that's a pain in the behind to do 28 divided by 20. But let's do it. You can put it in your calculator. (28) divided by 20 is 1.4. So 28 divided by 20 is 1.4. So x equals 1.4. So that is my increase. There's my increase, 28%, which is 1.4. Now I need the selling price of the book. The selling price wasn't $1.40 because the original was $5. So what do I do with this increase to the $5 to get my how much the bookstore sold the book for? I take my increase and I add it to my original, and so I end up with $6.40. Let's see if we can find another one like that. Here we go. Oh, that was a U-try, but that was more of an example that we did together, wasn't it? Let's do another one together. If you want to try this one as a U-try, then go ahead. This is probably the last example that we'll do. We'll see. Okay, a new DVD costs $24.99. DVD cost $24.99. Sales tax is, my tax is 6.85%. What is the total cost? What is the total? So this one is very similar to this last question that we did. And so we can do it this way. We could also do it this way, where we just take, well, let's go ahead and go, so the DVD, this is the original price, $24.99 equals, and then here is my sales tax, so that is $6.85 over 100. Oh, 6.85 over 100. Right, 6.85%. All right, so now I need x. Now I am going to just, this is a big mess here, but I am going to use cross products here. So I've got 100x equals 6.85 times 24.99. I get 171.1815. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 100. And when I do that, I just move this over 2. And so I get $1.71. I'm going to just ignore those. I'm going to round that down. So 171 is my tax. So here's my percentage of my tax. Here's my my monetary value of my tax. So that's my increase. And so I just add this increase to my original. So $1.71 plus my original, which is $24.99. And I end up with, so I add this to my original, and I get $26.70. Oops, did I get down too far there? So I took my increase, I added it to my original, and now I have the total cost. Let's see, should we do one more with a percent off? Yes, let's do one more with a percentage decrease. Okay, so I start with my insurance is $85 a month. Oops. We'll say insurance, $85 a month. Now, if I have a good student discount, my discount is 20%. So now I want to figure out how much am I going to spend per month if I get a 20% discount. So, which is great. Get a good student discount. It helps quite a bit. So I'm going to go like this. 20% over 100 equals my original 85 over x. And so I am going to cross multiply and solve for x. I'm going to get my percentage of my discount. So 85 times 20 is 1,700, which equals 100 times x. If I divide both sides by 100, I get 17 equals x. So 17 is 20% of 85. So this is my decrease, discount, decrease. So 17 is my decrease. So if I want to find out what my total is going to be now, I take my original, which was 85. I subtract 17 from it. That's my decrease. 85 minus 17 is 68. So I will be paying $68 per month with my 20% good student discount. Get the discount, people. Save yourself and maybe your parents, whoever, save some money. All right, that is the end of chapter 1. Chapter 2, I should say, 2-7. We are not doing 2-8 in Algebra 1 this year, so you are good to go on your homework.